What's going on, everybody? It is Friday, Dykema 2026. We are coming to an end of what has been another epic Dykema event. We actually just got done watching Nick Saban. It was very inspirational, very motivational. But who had to go before Nick was this guy, Dr. Greg White, who's the CEO and president of Pepperpoint Partnerships, and actually lives right down the road from me. He's in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm in Louisville. Greg, it's a pleasure to be with you. How you doing?
Oh, doing great. It's great to be here. And what an incredible meeting this was. I've been to several of these, and it just seems like it gains more and more momentum. Speakers were fantastic, the panels, and having Rick Pitino and Nick Saban back-to-back days was incredible, inspirational, and I think extremely timely for what the industry needs, quite honestly.
I think it's interesting because your presentation was talking about human, growth and being, ingenuity and all that stuff. So let me have you share what you talked about on stage today.
Yeah, sure. I think that in general, we need to have an understanding of where we are in this whole cycle of consolidation as we move into maturity. You hear a lot of people still talking about consolidation occurring, and it's my belief that we're pretty much on the downhill slope with that. You're going to start seeing consolidation within the consolidation. You're going to see that. We've already seen that. It's like Russian dolls, the big eat the middles and the middles eat the littles, and you're going to see more and more of that. So how do we get past that? How do we move into this era of dentistry, this era where you're gonna have to commit to it? And I think that's where you are. When you're committed to the arbitrage, you're in a 3 to 5 cycle. It's you're doing a little sentence, right? And then you're out of it. But now all of a sudden that everybody's understanding that we're going to have to actually learn how to do the hard parts of dentistry, the friction parts and that sort of thing to build EBITDA. We're in it for the long haul. And that's when it comes down to talented people and leveraging them to achieve the goals.
Well, and it's interesting because, as you know, coming out of COVID, a lot of challenges that so many practices had, groups had when it came to, staffing and teams and a lot of changes in the industry. And yet here we are having you talk about, visiting a time again where it's so important to make sure that the people that you have in your organization are the right people. And so what are some of the things that you have done in your organization? You've had great growth and a lot of respect in the industry. What are some of the things that you have done to find those right people and keep those right people?
So I think part of it is not trying to throw people at growth. And that's kind of what we've seen in the past. We throw money in order to achieve growth, and we throw people in order to accommodate the management of what you've just grown to. And sometimes that can become this vicious cycle when you're time bound. I think now that everybody understands that the time frames are going to be lengthened for everyone, no matter what the structure is, you have to be more strategic about who you're hiring. And I'm a big believer in hiring talent and leasing expertise. Hire people that are innovative, people that are curious, people that are going to solve the problems that it's going to expand the growth from a revenue standpoint, same store sales. You cannot save yourself to prosperity. We're going to have to grow ourselves to prosperity, and that is only going to be achieved by having people that aren't just doing tasks. We can absolutely lease that out. Tons of vendors out there that'll do that, right? Let's hire people that are going to be curious, innovative, that are going to solve the problems that we have.
And lastly, I just wanted to ask you, when you look out at dentistry the next couple of years with everything that you've been through, the industry's been through, what are you most excited about?
So I'm excited about the opportunity. This is my 43rd year in dentistry. I've got a bit of a unique perspective, and I spent 30 years as a clinician, and now I've spent a decade on the other side of things, not on the private equity side, but in a similar, a type of consolidation that keeps that ownership with the doctor. So as I take a look at that, one thing that I've always firmly believed is you can't be over levered. You have to have dry powder. If you don't have cash, you do not have the ability to respond when the opportunity is there. Where the opportunity, I think, exists right now, quite honestly, is there is so much compression on both multiple and on margin that there's going to have to be a new delivery system that's going to be created that's going to have to emerge out of dentistry. I'm excited about the opportunity to create that.
And do you feel, lastly, that a lot of the information just in these last couple of days at this meeting, it feels like that foundation of where we're going next is laden with just all of the people in the industry that care about it, want to move it forward, and frankly, a lot of them are here these last couple of days.
I think there are several different things about this meeting that are incredibly unique, and I consider this the most important meeting that occurs in dentistry worldwide all year long. First of all, you've got a whole bunch of people here that can write checks.
Yeah.
And you have all of the vendors that are here that have all of the different pieces. So it's like you're putting a puzzle together. You've got to complete the puzzle. What it looks like is completely dependent upon what pieces you choose. So that's one piece of it. All the people are here, so it's very efficient in terms of what it is that you need and how to achieve that, and it can be done quickly. The second thing that this does is it gives me an idea where everybody's thinking is in the industry, and it's a barometer. It allows me to be able to see where is my thinking relative to theirs, and do I think my thinking is better in some areas or is theirs better in some areas? So it allows me to recalibrate, reinforce, or to kind of reject some of the things that I think that they're seeing that I'm not seeing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Greg, thanks for your time.
Yeah,
Speaking
absolutely.
of efficiency, I know it's been a busy couple days. Want to make sure you can get on to what you need to do. But yeah, thanks again for the time and congrats on all your success.
Yeah.
And we'll see you at Dykema next
Well, I
year.
really appreciate it. Thank you guys, and to Brian Kaleo, who has done an amazing job putting this thing together along with the entire Dykema team. Y'all are incredible and you're appreciated.
Awesome. Thanks,
All right,
Greg. All right,
thanks.
thanks everybody.